Hello. I want to talk to you today about some do's and don'ts of prenatal exercise. We'll be talking specifically about yoga, but also just some general exercise. So, number one rule is listen to your body. This might seem kind of obvious, but sometimes we get caught up into what people are saying or not saying, and we forget to listen to our body as number one. So, everyone's going to have a different pregnancy, progress at different rates, and feel different at different stages. So, number one, listen to your body. And if it feels good, do more of it. If it doesn't feel good, stop doing it. And recognize that week to week it's going to change, right? What felt good one week might not feel good the next week. And so make sure you're willing to adapt your exercise accordingly. So, that being said, a couple general do's and don'ts, because I get asked all the time in classes, like, what should I do? I'm pregnant. What shouldn't I do? What am I going to hurt the baby? So, some general do's and don'ts. First of all, talking about core is not doing anything where you're going to think about squishing, right? So, like a full range sit up isn't going to be great because, again, you're contracting and pushing out your belly as you contract. I find later in term full plank for me wasn't comfortable. I have seen women rocking it and loving it full plank later in pregnancy. So, listen to your body. But I would say anytime you start to feel like you're pushing out or you don't have the ability to draw in is when you shouldn't be doing a full plank. Instead of doing a full plank, modifying with a hovering tabletop is great. So that's when you're on your hands and knees on a tabletop and you just lift your knees an inch or two, right? I teach this in my classes all the time, prenatal or not. It's a great exercise. So you're getting the strengthening. It's not as intense as plank, and it won't put as much pressure on your lower back as the plank pose too, right? Carrying all the extra weight in the front. So that's that. Other do's and don'ts is closed twists. Okay, so anything where you're twisting in a way that's squishing your belly. It might seem quite obvious, but instead of doing a closed twist, do an open twist. An open twist is anything where you're not squishing your belly and you're still twisting. So, I mean, even something as simple as this, right? So, feeling free, making sure you're modifying in your classes so that you're not squishing your belly and you're not going to do any harm to the baby, right? It's floating around in a whole bunch of water and it's happy in there. It's just not going to feel good for you. Another one that goes along with squishing your belly is lying on your belly, right? So even cobra pose might be a little tricky towards the end. For sure, like a bow where you're full on lying on your belly is not going to be comfortable. So an alternative for that, which is a nice one, is again hands and knees. Doing some cat and cows, doing some down dog transitions to your cat and cows is a great one. And then the last one I want to talk about for do's and don'ts is going to your end range. So when you're pregnant, you have relaxin in your body, which is a hormone which loosens your ligaments. So your ligaments are connective tissue that connect your muscle to your bone. And it's great to have relaxin and relax those ligaments during labor, especially, so your hips can widen a little bit more. But um, we don't want to think about going into like our super end range flexibility and then pushing it, right? Because of that relaxin, we're already more flexible and we can end up damaging the tissue. Okay, so instead of thinking about those really, really long holds, especially in more challenging flexibility positions, think about mobility. So full range of motion instead of end range of motion. And then I want to end with some do's, so some things that are just great to do prenatal. And everyone's workout routines can be a little different, but making sure you integrate some type of pelvic floor exercises, both contracting and relaxing, and just keep moving, right? So see how your body feels. If you're a runner, run till it doesn't feel good, then go to walking, right? Just keep moving, and that's going to help you feel good during your pregnancy, and it's going to help you feel good after your pregnancy. So I hope this helped. If you have any questions about it, feel free to comment or DM. I'd love to hear from you. Bye.